Welcome to the outspoken minute, the outspoken minute, the outspoken minute, my people. Welcome to the outspoken minute, my people. Welcome to the outspoken minute, my people. Welcome to the outspoken minute, the outspoken minute, the outspoken minute, my people. Welcome to the outspoken minute, my people. Welcome to the outspoken minute, my people. Welcome to the outspoken minute, the outspoken minute, the outspoken minute, my people, 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 my people.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome to the outspoken minute, where truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. Did you hear me? Let me say it again. Welcome to the outspoken minute. I am your host, Aaron, the poet. And welcome to the outspoken minute, where truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. You see it right there on the screen? Always. If this is your first time joining one of the shows, I want to personally thank you for viewing. Thank you. And today's show is definitely going to be about always, whatever shirt that I have on. And I will go into that in just a few minutes. And let me tell you about the shirts as always. The shirts are 100% polyester. They come in so many different styles, as you can see. The name of the clothing collection is called the Outspoken Collection. They also come in a ladies V-neck, right there. And they also come in the men's unisex. The ladies shirts are more fitted. The men's shirts are more loose, so depending on how you want it to wear. How you want it to fit depends on the style shirt that you get. Well, with all that being said, let's move on and start talking about what the name of the program or the show is today. King. That's it. What it takes to be a king. The definition of a king. Not just by my standards, but by the standards of many and plenty. Not necessarily what America calls a king. Because we all know America got things all mixed up. And we know this. And it's been mixed up for a while. So I'm going to go into the definition of what a king is. And just to start off talking about a king, I want you to understand this. What I'm about to say on this show is just my opinions. And opinions are like what? Mouths. Everybody got one, right? Everybody got a mouth. I know y'all have heard what opinions are like. Everybody got one, yeah, but you know, you gotta have a mouth in order for the other part to work, right? That's all I'm saying. So everybody has an opinion, and I'm finna get it started. You might see a little smoke coming from my microphone as well. But when we're talking about a king, listen, first thing that starts off with a king operates by respect. Off top. To be a king, you have to know how to demonstrate respect. And what I mean by that, respect for yourself starting off. If you ain't got no self-respect, it's gonna be real hard for you to, expect people to respect you as a man. So you gotta always have some type of self-morals and self-respect for yourself. Self-respect for your mom, if she's still alive. You have to respect your parents, if you have both of them. That makes you a great king when you can understand how to take orders and have respect. Have respect for your family and for your community. Not just the ones that have the same blood beating as you, So you have to also have respect for others as well. And when it comes to a king knows how to handle his business. Yes, a king is responsible. A king doesn't put things off on everybody and bring out the violins and say, oh, this person did this and this person did that. That's why I couldn't get that done. That's why this didn't happen. And, come on now. Let's keep it real. Kings don't make excuses. Kings make ways. And that's the truth. When you're a king, you're a protector. You're a protector of your mindset, your property, the people that you love, family, home. You're a protector. And if you can, exercise your Second Amendment rights and get licensed to protect yourself at all times. Because a king is a protector. Gotta be a king. Gotta move like a king. A king, loves to bring about peace. That's why I spoke about getting a peace. You gotta bring peace. A king likes peace. A king likes peace in his home. A king likes peace wherever he goes. You know, even if he's not at home, if he's at some other venue. King ain't with all that confusion. A king is not with the physical violence unless he has to be. And when it comes to a woman, a king is definitely not with the verbal violence. So a king don't have to put on a show like that. You know, a king is not afraid to admit to when he's wrong. You know, a king don't have a problem sitting down and talking about what needs to be done and what needs to be corrected, even if that king needs some type of mental therapy. A king is wise enough to know that he needs some tightening up. He may need someone to talk to. A king has always had counsel around him. So don't be afraid if you're a king to ask for help if you need help, because understand, a king always has the mindset to correct what is wrong or try to correct what has been done wrong. That's just one of the qualities of a king. I'm just going through certain things that make up a king. See, a king, because when you move like that as a king, indirectly you become a role model. See, because a king is really someone to be looked up to. Do you see the smoke coming off my microphone? See, a king is somebody to be looked up to. It's a lot of people say they're not role models, but you gotta understand, when you move a certain type of way, that makes you a role model, because a king builds up people. A king is not afraid to give you encouragement. A king is not afraid to go out there and promote you. A king does not bring up that jealousy and that envy. A king want to see you go out there and be great and make it happen and make things come to light. See, a king gonna be that motivator for you on the sideline, even if that's not your father. A king will sit there and cheer you on, even if that's not your blood brother or your blood relative. A king doesn't mind helping another king, because iron sharpens iron. See, if you finished that before I said it, you know what I mean. Either you a king or you've been around some kings. Make yourself a king. See, because a king can be defined by his lifestyle in so many different ways. Understand that. See, a king, he doesn't mind practicing a healthy lifestyle. You know, he's gonna work out. He's gonna try to eat healthy. He's gonna try to put healthy things into his mindset and body. You know, and if you are attached to a king, he gonna tell his queen, listen, tighten up with the physical. You know, and that's just being honest, not hating or anything. That's just a king looking out for his queen. Because understand, a king knows that he needs a queen. He needs a queen beside him. Oh yeah, I did switch up the shirt in the middle of the show, you know, because I just want to show y'all how these shirts, you know, how they look and how they feel. These are 100% polyester. You know what I'm saying? But a king knows he need a queen beside him because she came out his real. A king a king does not need a queen, and especially another king behind him. A queen did not come out of his spine. She came out of his real. Yeah, that's where she came from. Not back there. She didn't come from back there. She didn't come out the spine, so she ain't got no business back there. She supposed to be right here. And guess what? A real king knows that he is not complete until he get that rib that he's missing. Think about it. Every king knows he is not complete until he get that rib that he's missing. Because when he get that queen, he get favor. And think about if he had favor before he got that queen. Even more favor. We just keep it real. Think about it. See, because when you a king, Like I said, when you're a king doesn't disrespect his queen. If you have an altercation or you have some type of disagreement, I should say, you ain't gonna handle that in public. You ain't finna disrespect your queen out in public. You ain't finna get loud with her and call out on her name. That ain't how we move as kings. You got a problem with your wife, your girlfriend, baby mother, whatever you wanna call her. Handle that behind closed doors. Not in the public view. You don't disrespect your queen like that. You don't embarrass your queen like that. That's not what kings do. We do not embarrass our queens. By no means necessary. Do you understand? We wait till we get behind some car doors, house doors, or something, because we at all times gotta always protect our queens. Always. Even when our queens acting like little studs and they getting their feelings, we still gotta be protective to our queens. Because that's a real king for you. See, you can never be more of a king than a real king, if you know what I mean. That's real talk. Or when it comes to attracting a king, listen ladies, listen, because you might see a little smoke coming across my screen, so you got to listen very closely. When you try to get a king knows that it takes more, way more. It takes more than a butt picture or some butt pictures and twerking to capture the mindset of a king. King is not shallow like that. Because when a king is looking for a queen, he want to know more about what's up here than what you got back there. He want a full package woman, but it starts up here. That's why your mind is at the top of your head, because everything starts up here. Or I should say, that's why your mind is at the top of your body, because everything starts up here. You gotta understand that. A king moves a certain type of way. See, because you gotta understand this, ladies. A king understands this. Every lady got a set in the cat. So you gotta bring more than just that. When it comes to a man, when it comes to a king, you gotta bring something to the table. You got to bring something to the table, because see, what a king is looking for a queen, he's looking for a helpmate. He's looking for that number one cheerleader. These are the things that he should expect when he's looking for a queen. Because if not, what you looking for, bro? She should be your cheerleader. She should be his coach, his number one consultant. She should be a whole support team built into one. That's what a real king desires. Now, if you're a brother and you ain't desiring that, you may not have the qualities of a king. And most kings are alpha males. Kings are alpha males, period. Okay? So, if these are not things that you're desiring in your woman, this king talk stuff may not be for you. No, it may not be for you, bro. And you gotta understand this. It doesn't matter what store you go to and what clothes you buy. Clothes don't make you no king. Y'all done heard this before. Clothes don't make the man. Man make the clothes. Don't forget to like and share. I forgot to mention that. Don't forget to like and share, because I be saying some good hot stuff around here now. Microphone be on fire. But understand this. Clothes does not make the man. The man make the clothes. And just speaking of clothes, it's a certain way that we wear our clothes, man. Come on, man. Real kings. And I know some people gonna have a problem with what I'm about to say. That's why my microphone already smoked. Real kings wear their pants around their waist. Because real kings understand the logics of where sagging your pants come from. And if you're a king and you don't know, let this king enlighten you. Sagging your pants comes from, first, slavery days. You was out there in that field working. You couldn't wear no belt or no string around your britches, because you had to work holding up your britches and picking at the same time. That kept you from running. If you ever notice today, when the police get out to one of these brothers and they pants sagging, you don't get too far. Just like in the slave days. That's why They don't care about you wearing your pants sagging because they say you still got that slave mindset. And if it ain't that slave mindset, it's a penitentiary mindset. I worked at the penitentiary. I was a correctional officer. Look it up. In the penitentiary, real talk, when you sagging your pants in the penitentiary, you letting another man know that you're available for some sexual activity. Now, if that's the way that you bounce, go bounce your ball on down into the other group. But if it ain't the way you bounce, you sending out the wrong message. And you gonna catch one brother or somebody who like that lifestyle, that behavior, and they gonna come at you. And you can't feel disrespected because, hey, you showing another man parcels of your butt. Understand this. Pants sagging is just like a woman wearing a bonnet out in public. These are things supposed to be inside the home. These are things supposed to be worn inside the home, not outside. Your drawers and your bonnet is not for everybody to see. I'm just talking king stuff. I'm just talking a king to another king or a king to some queens. I'm just real talking for you. That's all. And speaking of dressing, a king wears more than just slides and a t-shirt. What's that all about, my brother? You ain't ready for war? And y'all don't think we at war? What y'all think this is, a vacation in America? A lot of y'all ain't caught on to what we going through, huh? Y'all walk around with slides on. I ain't saying walk around with combat boots on, but be ready so you ain't gotta get ready. Be ready so you ain't gotta get ready. Slides, come on, bro. And then dress for the occasion. That's another thing. Have more in your closet than just jeans. Have you a suit, at least one, or have you some slacks and a button up, a slack and a vest like Tupac used to wear. So that's how clean Tupac was when he just put on a vest. Brother, step up your attire. Cause you gotta understand, clothes speak for the man. Besides your brown skin, the first thing they see is your clothes. And they gonna judge both. Just like that. They gonna judge both. They gonna judge this. And they gonna judge what you have on. And don't get me wrong, because every now and then you need to have on a t-shirt like this that says you're a king, to let these other folks know that you don't think like these non-mind kings. You know, these men who don't have a mindset of a king. Sometimes you got to wear stuff to let people know. Don't get me confused with them. Don't get me confused with one of these brothers walking around here that don't know what's up. And everybody who claim to say they woke, that does not qualify you as a king. Now let's move on to talking about what else makes a king. Because see, you gotta understand the things that I'm saying sounds like hate to some people. Because why? Truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. Y'all know it. Truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. You see me putting it up there on the screen? So let's get on back to talking about some kings, right? One of the true qualities, one of the real true qualities of a man, and yes again, I've changed shirts. Because these shirts are fly. They come in a lot of different designs. You gotta go to the website and check out the Outspoken collection. The Outspoken collection got a lot of t-shirts. And they got king t-shirts, they got queen t-shirts. You got some shirts. They got enough shirts for every day of the week. Where you don't have to wear the same shirt twice. I can promise you that, right? And these are bleachable. They will not wash out. You can bleach them. You can't feel the print. It's made in the shirt. You can iron right over. Now, as I continue with the show, one of the things about a king is not afraid to raise another man's child if he need to. If he love that woman enough, he'll raise another child. He'll raise another man's child, but he got to do it right. You can't raise a child and have them all messed up in the head. See, just because you raise a child does not qualify you as a king. What kind of fruit did you produce from that tree? Did you produce a good fruit? Did you take somebody else's seed and raise a very good fruit from that seed? If you did qualify yourself as a king. If not, well, let's move on. A real king knows this. A real king knows there's a higher supreme power than himself. You know, you can call yourself a god because we have creativity. But a king knows he is not the ultimate, the most high God. And a king knows there is a most high God. Because when you know there is a God and you recognize that as a king, it keeps you humble, but it makes you so confident.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? It keeps you humble, but it makes you so confident that some people will confuse your confidence with arrogance. That's a king for you. I know I'm hitting home on some of these things that I'm talking about. I know some of y'all just really feel what I'm talking about. I know y'all do. See the smoke coming off my microphone. Yes. See, a king knows how to operate with wisdom. A king don't take advantage of his authority. King ain't got to do all that. King know how to move in such a finesse way. And as I get ready to wrap this up, I'm gonna touch on a subject that makes a lot of people ooh, right? Because America does not define a king the same way I do, or the same way some other brothers and sisters do. I want to wrap this up by touching on a subject that make a lot of people so ooh. A king does not wear a dress. I don't care what you said. I don't care who said it. I don't care how they try to explain it, how they twist it. Listen, just because President number 44 made it law, does that mean that it made it right? Just because it's legal for you to wear a dress does not mean that that makes you a king. Because a king don't wear a dress. A king stay well groomed. Mustache, nails, all that. But when it comes to the nails, a king don't wear colorful nails all on his hand. We leave that for the women. We let the women express themselves that way. We got enough ways to express ourselves without having to take on things that queens do. Queens. Okay? A king don't hate nobody because of their behavior. See, because what I'm speaking on is a behavior. Kings don't do all that. Kings, we don't have to put on no hate. What we gotta hate for when we speaking facts? When we talking truth? Because we understand as kings, when we speak as kings, truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. It's about truth. See, because being a king is a mindset. Because a man is what he thinks. You can't think that you're a man putting on a woman's dress. There's nowhere in the world you think inside your mind, I am being a man by putting on a woman's dress. Because we both know that don't go together. That's like a bird putting on a shoe. That don't make you no human. Because you put on a shoe, you still a bird. So, the mindset is what makes a king. And lastly, before I get off of here, before I end this show, I want you to understand when it comes to a king, being a man, it's not toxic. It's normal. Being a king and having masculinity, that ain't toxic. That's normal. Can you imagine if we didn't have kings back in the civil rights movement? If we didn't have kings doing slavery? If we had a whole bunch of little soft marshmallow men like we see today? Some of these men talk more sweeter than a woman. It ain't hate speech. It's called facts. Men have a more deeply voice. See, I wasn't born with a deep voice, but I was born with a man voice. So kings, we talk like that because when a king talks, a king moves things by the way he speaks. And speaking of moving things, let me try to move some of these shirts because here's the shirt that you seen me wearing earlier, 100% polyester. You see how it feels. You see There's no sticker, no nothing. These are some very good shirts. And the other shirt, you see me wearing this one too, right? Look how they move. There's no sticker. These shirts last for a lifetime. Real talk. So go to the Outspoken Collection, outspokencollection.com. You go to the website and pick out any shirt that you want. I guarantee it 100% is a lifetime. And these shirts are for the kings. These do not come in a V-neck because those are for queens. So don't even ask. They're not even available on the website. This is for my kings. And once again, I want to thank you for allowing me just to take a little bit of your time to be able to enlighten you about some things. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you would like to. Leave a comment below. You know, I'm not going to say everything that everybody's going to agree, and I don't expect everybody to agree with everything that I say. Just keeping it real. King is wise enough to know that. We can agree to disagree. But once again, I'm Aaron DePort. I want to thank you for your time. I hope I put something on your mind, and I hope that I sharpened your knife a little bit because kings sharpen kings, iron sharpen irons, you know what I'm saying. So, as I end every show, power to the people, death to racism. Shalom.
It's been a long time coming, but I know